Welcome to our channel, my Sitecore Diaries. So this is the new series we are starting. We will be this video series will be concentrating more on the preparation of a Sitecore 10 developer certification exam. In this video, I will try to share a few material which can helpful for preparation of a Sitecore 10 certification. It can be few practice questions. Maybe the best YouTube videos which have come across, or maybe the blog site, or maybe any link which can help you, or any material which can help you to prepare this for the Sitecore 10 certification. So I am Jitendra Ghanekar. I am a Sitecore architect from Mumbai. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please click on a bell icon to get a latest update. And if you like my videos, please share and comment. Okay, so let's start. So we will start with the examination guide. So this is the link for the examination guide. If you have a Sitecore account and you can log into the learning portal, then you can go to this examination guide. So this link will something look like this. Okay, so this has a 3 parts. We will discuss what it will have in each part. So first part section will be telling you about the examination. Okay, examination recommendation. So there are some recommendation which Sitecore gives. Again, these are just a recommendation. These are not a prerequisite. So if you have already given the certification exam, you must be doing that. You do. I mean, these are the just a recommendation. It doesn't mean that you, like first point, it is written as a have at least 1 year of prior experience developing on the Sitecore Express solution. It doesn't mean that if you don't have an experience you can't give the certification. So these are the recommendation. What Sitecore is saying that if you complete all these 4 things, then it will be easy for you to pass the examination. Okay, then you have the second is the exam competencies. Then you have the exam process and structure. Okay, we will see in detail now what are these things. Okay, so first part, as I said, it is just a recommendation which is given by the Sitecore. You can read through this. Okay, and then the second point is second section is important because it has a exam competency. So it is telling you what are the exam competencies, or what are the topics which will come into the Sitecore examination. If you move on to the next section, so that is very important, because this is telling you how much percentage of questions can come into this certification examination. So if you see the Sitecore structure and platform, it is a 12%. So approximately 6 number of question will come. Then 16% of a security and user management. So that is 8 question around. Item management 20%, 10 questions. Layout and placeholder 10%, that is 5. And component control and rendering, it has a major section, that is 26%, that is around 13 questions. Then you have a Sitecore content serialization 10%, that is a number of questions maybe for around 5, and the container 6%, so 3 questions. So if you want to pass 80%, then you approximately have to answer 40 questions. Okay, so if you see this competency, the first 5 competencies are, if you are already given an examination, it is the same. Okay, but the last 2 are the new one. Then if I go further into the part, you will see each section, competency 1, what are the things which will be there. Okay, if you go to the link, I'm not running all the sections, but I'm just telling you that if you go open the site competency 1, it will tell you what are the things which will be there. Okay, then if you reach you can see in that link what are the the examination guide, what are the things are there. The important part which I want to explain here is this section, 5th, component control and rendering. So if you go to the components control and rendering, you have a general section, you have a Sitecore MVC section, and then you have the section called Sitecore ASP.NET Core Rendering SDK. Okay, so this is the part which is newly added. Okay, so when you say component controls and rendering, it is not just an old thing whatever there previously, but this is also added, Sitecore ASP.NET Core Rendering SDK. This is something new. Okay, then as you know, Sitecore content serialization is newly added in Sitecore 10, and that is also the 6 competency, and 7 competency is the containers. Okay, so these 3 sections which are new. So what I believe is, if you consider the percentage also, so this new section will almost have 10 to 15 questions. Okay, so if you want to pass the certification exam, I don't think we can keep this as an optional. Okay, so we have to study this. So what I feel is, for the examinations preparation, we will have a 2 part. First part where we will be reviewing, we will be going through the old old questionnaires, old concepts. Okay, whatever there we must have studied for the Sitecore 7, 8, 9 certification, those things we have to review, and then we have to go into the detail of these 3 sections. First is the ASP.NET Core Rendering and SDK, then you have a content serialization and the container. So these are the 3 new things which we have to explore newly from the scratch. Okay, so, and we can't even keep that in as an optional. So if you have to pass the examination, I think we should be preparing for this. Now let's do a Sri Ganesha over practice questions. So if you go to the link, and if you end all those information you read, then last section, if again I am going to that part, if you go to the last section, here is the practice questions. Okay, so these are the practice questions which you can go through and you can answer the questions. Okay, so what we are going to do in our this series, so we are also going to have some practice questions. Okay, we will try to solve those practice questions. I won't be giving you the option like multiple option, but we will have the question and we will see what can be the answer of that question, and we'll try to understand if there is any concept behind that question, then we will try to understand that. Okay, so let's do a Sri Ganesha of the practice question now. Okay, so let's start. So I'm solving the questions. I'm giving the question which I have encountered I have got in the practice question section. I believe those are the same question because I have given it thrice. I think it seems to be the same question. Please let me know in the comment if you also find the same question. So that will tell me that everyone is having this practice question set is the same for everyone. So first question: when you are working with a multi-site implementation, what is the recommended practice for creating each site's tree structure? As we know, in the Sitecore we have multi-site configuration. So I believe when we are doing multi-site configuration, you will need a site definition, definitely. So create a specific site definition configuration. That is the first thing. Then the second thing is the content tree design. So in the content tree, you can create a folder for each site under the content item, and a home item for each site within the folder. And I think one more point which may be there, that we can have a shared folder also outside. Okay, so this is the first question. The question says, when you are working with a multi-site implementation, what is the recommendation practice for creating each site tree structure? So answer is create a specific site definition configuration, a folder for each site under the content item, and a home item for each site within the folder. We go to the second question. Which two of the following statements are reason for assigning a security rights to roles instead of individual users? So you must be knowing, as a best practice, we should be assigning the security rights to the roles, not the users. So the question says why it is so. Okay, so first thing is, roles enables you to control security access of a group of a user and roles simultaneously. So at a one time you can have a multiple users which you can assign the security. So once you apply the role, it will apply to all the users. Assigning the permission to individual users can be confusing and create risk. Yes, so whenever you will assign it to the user, it can be a risky and it may confuse. Okay, so that is the second question. Third question says that when is the template inheritance not recommended for fields with the same name? So we know now that when we will be designing the templates, we check what are the same fields and then we do we apply the template inheritance. But the question says that when is the template inheritance not recommended? When we should not be doing even though field name is the same. Okay, so I believe when the data source, when the source of the fields are different, like you have a rich text where one is using the different kind of menus, okay, rich text editor, and another is using different kind of rich text, and then it can't be the same. Okay, the field can't be same, so that means you cannot inherit the template. What is the default scope for a serialization included in the scope parameter is not defined. This is specific to serialization. Okay, so I'm just giving the answer is the item and descendant. Okay, when we will study the serialization, we may know the more info about this. Right now, the answer is item and descendant. Next question. Sitecore recommends defining an item presentation details as a part of the standard value child item of the data template. Why it is important to define presentation details in the standard values item? Okay, so it is best practice to define your presentation details in the standard values item. Why so? Okay, so answer here is items created from the template inherit the standard values. As we know that the standard, whatever the values in the standard value that get inherited, including the presentation detailed and null field values also, so that is helping to the container. So this is why we should be doing it at the standard values item. Component you just completed is a statically bound to a page. What is the implication of static binding components like this? So in Sitecore we have a static binding and the dynamic binding. Okay, static binding where the code is completely static. So if the static binding is there, it will be a problem in the experience editor. Okay, so let's see the answer. Authors cannot select the component in the experience editor in the designing mode. So in the designing mode, user can't do anything. Next question. What is the purpose of a .environment files when deploying Sitecore to the containers? Again, this question is for the containers. So container competency. The environment file must be given the environment variable. The environment file allows you to declare the environment variables for your Docker containers. Okay. So the next question is, what is the purpose of the Sitecore database? Okay, so it's straightforward. I think it's a simple question. To store a setting and content for the Sitecore application itself. Next question is, with what are you synchronizing the master database when using a Sitecore publish command? So basically what is happening with the publish command, when you do the publishing, what happens? I think it's update the publishing target. So one or more identified publishing targets. Okay, you are synchronizing the publishing target. You have been assigned the development task of setting the insert option for an item in the content tree according to the Sitecore best practice, where you should establish insert option for items. I think most of the cases all this should be happening on the standard values. So insert options are established on the standard values of an item template. So next question. Which statement describes the difference between layouts and components? So basically what is layout and what is component? The layout provides the base structure for a given delivery channel. In other words, it is a scaffolding of your page. Okay, so base structure, it gives you the base structure, while components are the smaller structure items added to the presentation details. Or in other words, you can say components are the reusable components. So I mean, why I'm telling the other things, like it may this question, the option might be different. Okay, answer can be different. So just to remind the concept, I'm telling this might be another option, so you can select that. What is the primary function of the layout service? Now this question is related to headless. Okay, so layout service, what it does, okay, to provide a structured data about the Sitecore based pages, including the components and their associated content. So it provides a structured data. Okay, it is in the JSON format. It provides the Sitecore based pages. I think when you will see the headless, you will understand this. when using the Sitecore content serialization, what is the Sitecore JSON file in your development solution? So this is related to the serialization. Okay, I will see the answer here. The configuration file for global development plugins and module location. So basically, Sitecore JSON file is used to configure the global development plugins and modules. What will happen if you do not add the hostname of your Sitecore environments to your Windows host file? I think if your hostname is not there, I don't think you can browse the file site. You will not able to access the Sitecore environment via the IP address in the browser. So let me tell you what I have used till now for my other certifications in the 7, 8, 9. So I used Quizlet for the exam practice, not for the study purpose, but exam practice. Specifically, it has an Android application also. So that app helps whenever you are traveling, or at that time you can revise those questions. I use Quizlet. I think Quizlet, if you are not knowing it, you can go to the https://quizlet.com, and then you can check what is Quizlet. You can have the app also. Okay, and let me tell you, this is not this app. This site is not for the study purpose, but it's the exam practice purpose. So to study the questions, what will be the question, what are the answers, then I use this. Okay, let's see study materials. Okay, for this video I'm just telling you about the certification exam, related to the certification, which videos you can check. Okay, which will give you the information about the certification and related questions involved. So you must have been seen these two videos what I'm sharing. If you're not, I think you should be watching this. I think it will help you. The first one is from the SUG Pune by Navan. That is Sitecore 10 certification crash course by Navan. I think this is most watched video for certification. So you must have been seen that, but if not, then I think you should go through this. This is the best video which you can see. That it also explains the each competencies, what kind of a question it will come. So those kind of information we will have here. Okay, so I think you should be watching this. I will be sharing the link in the description. And the second one is from the Gopi sir, Gopikrishna. So this is the second one, Sitecore 10 .NET Developer Certification. So you should be watching this one also. Okay, so these are the two. I think it is related to certification, how you will give the certification, and what kind of a question it will come. So for that purpose, I think these are the two videos I will recommend you to watch. I have always seen it. It is really good, and it will add the more value for the preparation. If you have any question, you can reach to me on my email ID jitusitecorecms@gmail.com. This is my LinkedIn ID. You can reach me on LinkedIn also. If you like my video, please like and share and comment on the video. Please subscribe to the channel, and this will motivate me to do more of such kind of a video. So please do subscribe to the channel. Please click on the bell icon to get the latest update. Thank you. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.